Hello, welcome to more Let's Play Katamari Damacy REROLL blind, even though this is the remake or whatever of the first game, so technically not blind. Okay, mash, mash, mash. Okay, yeah, send all the things to Earth. But the load time sure is a lot less, I think. Oh man, a strong 1 meter. Alright, we got this. Alright, still inside the house. Is the music the same as the first one? I played the first one the least, so if the music is the same as the first one, I won't know. You know what? I don't remember any of the songs from the first one. You know what? I don't remember the songs to Beautiful Katamari either. Maybe if I hear them, I'll recognize them. I haven't recognized any of the songs so far on this one. This one, I feel like I might remember. This one seems familiar, at least. Okay, got a nice early growth spurt with the dice. But I have a feeling we're going to be on the floor for a minute. Pachinko ball. Yeah, it's crazy. There's like pachinko, like there's like bars or whatever over in Japan where they're just like pachinko. They're like casinos, but they're all just pachinko machines. I guess bars maybe not the right word to describe it or whatever. But yeah, apparently for it, like it's one of those things where it's like it's super cheap, but because it's so cheap, it's possible to spend a lot of money because you're spending a lot of money. Or you're spending a lot of money, but just like tiny bits at a time, but then it adds up, you know? And I'm pretty sure you're allowed to like take your pachinko balls home and use them later, I think, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it would be cool to go to Japan at one point. You ever see those videos where they have like internet cafes? Where it's basically, it's a room with like a computer and a desk and a chair. And it's like the size of like a solitary confinement jail cell. And there's people that, like it's so cheap to live there or whatever. Or, you know, to stay the night there that people just live there. They'll just pay like, I'm guessing some places have like a monthly or maybe even like a yearly rate. And there's freaking people that just live there. I'm like, god dang, dude. On the one hand, I'm just like, god dang. But on the other hand, you know, I'm such an extreme introvert. You know, I'm probably one of the people, like, I would be probably a good fit for that kind of life. Like, I could do it, like, without getting, like, lonely or anything. I guess, not having, like, a refrigerator to put, like, vegetables in it would be, like, a downside. And you do have to exit. I'm pretty sure they have like a shared. Oh geez, do they have a shared kitchen area or do they just have like a microwave? I actually don't remember. Maybe some of them have more amenities than the other ones. But then you also like you have to leave and like go down a hallway and pass by everyone else's rooms or whatever to like go to like the bathroom and stuff. My gosh, aren't the magnets like relatively good size increasers, like early on, I think, right? Okay, shoot. I was about to say getting the squirt guns is a good milestone or whatever. Basically, the idea is that like when you're a certain size, you can collect things that are like I don't exactly know how to describe it, but basically you always want to try to collect the biggest thing that you can for your size. Just like as an example, right now, it's in my best interest to collect like the squirt guns instead of like the dice at this point. Because the dice are so teeny tiny, they're not going to increase my size very much. And you're trying to get as big as fast as possible. So on the one hand, it's like you just grab whatever you can, whatever is in front of you. But you do kind of want to go after things that are like appropriate for your size or whatever. Or, you know, approximate. Oh man, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, these are, like, good for this size. But at this point, picking up, like, a pachinko ball Like, I wouldn't want to go out of my way to grab a pachinko ball, you know? Because the bigger the items you collect, the bigger your Katamari gets. So grabbing, like, a pachinko ball isn't going to add that much size. So did I go outside and now I'm inside again? Is this a different apartment or something? Yeah, there's people that like lived in those internet cafes for like freaking years. And I'm just like, God dang, dude. There's actually a Steam game I have on my wish list called Internet Cafe Simulator. I have that saved or whatever. Man, my freaking Steam collection or my Steam wish list is over 100 games. Is that like normal? Like, I wonder what the average is. It seems like every time I fire up Steam, like, I add, like, 3 games or something like that, you know? I don't know. Most of the time, I just wait for them to go on sale. Yeah, I'm totally ready for this Steam sale. The summer sale's coming up pretty soon. So, so basically, I guess what a lot of people do is they just put games on their wish list and then wait for them to go on sale. I'm totally okay with having stuff on my list for months or whatever. But, I mean, that's definitely the way to go. I mean, why would you pay full price? I mean, I did buy, I bought Monster Hunter World for full price, and I bought Mario Maker 2 for full price, and I bought Skyrim for full price. I think those are the only 3 games I've bought since 2011. So in, what, 8.5 years, I bought 3 games at full price. And of course, as soon as I bought Monster Hunter World, I freaking knew that as soon as I bought it, it would go to, like, half price, and, like, yep, like, 2 or 3 days later. Yep, half price. I was like, God damn it. Well, whatever. I don't play that anymore, but I definitely got my money's worth out of it. Still a lot of stuff I'm bumping up against. I can't pick up those buckets yet. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Or my size, I wonder? We should go back inside. Go ahead and grab these. I can't grab them. Hold on, are there single pots out here I can grab? Oh, I can't grab the stacks. I'll probably get big enough to grab the stacks here in a minute. I gotta remember to go back there. Those will probably increase my size by a whole lot. Oh wait, what about this whole area out here? Oh, I haven't even been to the 50 centimeter area. There's a whole nother area. Yeah, generally speaking, like the 50 centimeter area, like this is gonna have objects that are better for me to collect at the current size. Because the places where you need to be bigger to even access are gonna have the bigger objects or whatever. Alright, well I could probably get the stacks of pots, but at this point, it's like I've grown to the point now, it's like, is it even worth it at this point? Oh, I can grab these buckets. I should actually grab the buckets. Ooh, what about the hose roller uppers? Hose reel, okay, geez. Let's see, I don't even know what those are called, but they have to be called something, right? So I can grab these, probably. Daruma? I don't know, it's probably some kind of Japanese character or something. Hey, there we go. Oh my gosh. Blech. I can't go through the I don't even know what that's called. The wooden blinder thing or whatever. Cubby? Was that a doll? And it said Cubby? Did I read that right? Oh, sweet. I was about to say, once I can grab these partition jams, or it says bamboo fence, that probably adds quite a bit of size. Okay, I feel like I'm starting to get, like, too big for the level. The camera's got to, like, pull out or something. Like, pull away a little bit more. There we go. I'm about to say, I'm having a hard time seeing. Ooh, I can grab these. Sweet. Oh, I can't grab the garbage can yet. Hey, look at that. I grabbed my first person. Usually the first person you grab is like a child. You don't have to be as big to be able to grab the children as you do the adults. Hey, there's a cousin. I see him. Sometimes you oh wait, was that not a cousin? I thought I saw a cousin. Maybe that was the carriage that the cat was pulling. I thought there was a cousin behind him. But a lot of times the cousins or the presents or whatever, you roll them up, you don't even notice. You just get the message saying, "Hey, you found a present," or "Oh, you found a cousin." You're like, "Oh, I did? All right, cool." Oh man, have I not ever even been inside the kitchen of this house or whatever? Oh wait, this is an entirely different building as before, right? Okay, I'm guessing that when everything turns white, that means that you're like freaking huge for the level. Why is the camera doing this? Why is it pulling further and further away? I remember in We Love Katamari, it would do that in the final level. You know what? I do kind of like the old font. I mean, this font is fine or whatever, but I like the old font more. Gamer star. Okay.
星空に回復の兆しが見え始めました。原因は現在調査中とのことです。
早く来なさい。
ねえ、今度は星が増えてきたみたい。
はいはい、早くしないと飛行機が出てしまいますよ。
本当に言ってたのにな。
Well, that's what they said. You don't understand, Mom. Okay, okay, it's the same one. Make, Cygnus? I have no idea what Cygnus is, but sure. It's lacking in grace. Oh, we're gonna have to collect butterflies. It's gonna be the butterfly level. Oh wait, never mind. It's gonna be the swan level, I think. Now we gotta grab eggs. Alright, fine. Oh, they'll start tweeting. They'll start tweeting and then it'll be political mayhem. Well, y'all been on Facebook lately? Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, it is ground zero for political mayhem. Boy, let me tell you. It is a normally I'd say that it's like a trash fire. It's like an extra trash fire. Like, Jesus criminy, dude. Oh, jeez. All right. Yeah, earlier this week I actually got sucked into Facebook and lost sleep. It's so stupid. It's one of those things where, like, you know that you should go to bed, but then you just don't. And then the next day you're sleep deprived at work, and you're just like, why did I do it? Why did I do it, man? But then, like, you can't even be mad because you know that you did it to yourself. And you have no one to blame but yourself, but then so then you're just mad at yourself, you know? I guess it's important to sometimes be mad at yourself, because then that means that you're taking responsibility instead of, you know, it's better to say I shouldn't have done it than to be like, well, it's not my fault. That person shouldn't have said that dumb thing that made me have to respond to them or whatever and call them stupid or whatever, you know? I should have just let it go. And you know what? For the most part, I am doing like better. There was a point. It was a couple of years ago. Well, the thing is, I didn't get my first smartphone until like 2015. So by the time everybody else was already like used to Facebook, it was like new and like fresh and exciting or whatever. For me, after everyone else was already like over it, you know. So I would just like scroll and scroll and scroll, just like endlessly, man. Like I like it was actually like like a problem, sort of, where I was like, I couldn't, like, I don't want to say I couldn't stop, but man, it was... Oh, the game did that automatically. I didn't do that. I guess the game has some way of determining that if you're stuck, that it unstucks you. But like I would just like scroll and scroll endlessly, and then I'll look at the clock, and it's like, jeez, like I'll be like, another 40 minutes went by. I was like, god dang, dude. And I'll keep scrolling, and I'll be like, oh man, another half hour went by. Like, jeez, I should really stop pretty soon, you know. But yeah, at one point I downloaded an app that like keeps track of how long you use all your apps, and I'm pretty sure Facebook at one point, it was like more than 30 hours in a week. I want to say it was like 32 hours in a week, but then I don't remember if it was like the work week or the entire week. I don't remember like what day like it started on. Like you couldn't be like, tell me how much I was on it from this date to this date, or did it? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. But it should have been 30 hours in a month, you know, not in a week. And I'm sitting here going like, well, was it a week or was it 5 days? It doesn't matter. It should have been, it's still, either way, it's still way too much. But yeah, like I said, I eventually reeled it in. So I can't be too mad when I get sucked into it, because it's like 99.9% of the time I don't. And there's plenty of days where I'll only go on Facebook for like, I don't know, a minute or two, or sometimes not at all, you know? But yeah, but I mean, social media addiction, it's like real. Like at one point, one of my old roommates said that he thought that he was like kind of addicted to it. And not only that, but he had, you know, I'm always like, I'm not really like tech savvy. I'm always like behind the curve. You know, like I said, I didn't get my first smartphone until like 2015. Oh, excuse me. So I was one of the last holdouts that still had the flip phone, you know. But yeah, apparently like dude was on like Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and Reddit. Like he was on Reddit like a lot. And so I'm sitting here going like, dude, like dude's on like multiple kinds of social media. Any one of them could be like addicting. And at the time I was like sort of hooked on, I don't exactly remember how hooked I was on Facebook at the time, but I'm just sitting here going like, can you imagine if there was like, you know, 6 different kinds of Facebook? Like I'm already sinking enough time into one form of social media. Like if there was a whole bunch of them, like what the heck, dude? Like it could be like devastating to someone's life if they actually are addicted and they're not able to get it under wraps, or they're not able to bring themselves under control or whatever. Be nice if I get up there and grab all of those eggs. Okay, so I reckon that the goal of this one is not necessarily to get big, because I've been going for a while and I'm not that big. There isn't that much stuff to pick up. A lot of it's just like eggs. You know, honestly, well, because there's so much. Normally what it is that there's so much stuff normally in a level that you don't spend too much time going after one particular thing. But in a level like this, like going after individual eggs might actually be like more worth it. But I just stay here until it comes to me. So do those count as golf shoes? Do like sandals just say golf on them? Oh yeah, I played golf in 9th grade. I was on the golf team. I didn't get a letter in it though. Basically, all you have to do is play in one tournament to get a letter. But I didn't qualify. I was so bad that I didn't qualify for it. But the thing is that like to qualify or whatever, you just have to like write your scores. Like basically what it was is like every day after school you would go to the golf course and you play like 3 holes of golf for free, you know. And then you're supposed to like write your scores down. And there's like, you know, you're self-reporting, so there's no one to like, there's not like a teacher following you verifying that you're not lying about your score or whatever. But yeah, I was always honest, and I wasn't trying to be the best, and I'm not really a competitive dude in particular. Like I wasn't looking forward to competing in a tournament with people that are actually taking it more seriously than me, you know. I don't want to say, like, I kind of took it seriously, but I wasn't, like, actively trying to, I don't know. Like, I was, like, doing my best, but I wasn't putting forth, like, I don't know. I guess the way to say it is that, like, you'll only improve to a point. There's a point where you actually have to be, like, upset that you're not getting better. And I never got to that point. You know, I was just, you know, whenever the ball, like, went, like, off the ground, like, through the air, I considered that, like, a good hit. Because for those of you that have never tried playing golf before, if you just, like, swing and hit the ball, even if you hit the ball, most of the time, it'll just, like, stay along the ground. Like, it's hard to get it to pop up into the air and, like, go far, you know? So on the one hand, it's like, I did do my best, but I didn't... I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't want to... Like, I did take it seriously, but I wasn't, like, trying to... I don't want to say I wasn't trying to improve. I was trying to... I did my best. I was trying to improve, but I never, like, put pressure on myself to be better, and I never got mad at myself for not getting better, you know? And like I said, like, you will plateau at a certain point if you don't, if you're not, like, striving, you know? Oh, but then again, like I said, I was striving. I was doing my best, but... I mean, you get what I'm saying, right? I hope. I guess I do that with competitive video games. Like, I do my best, but it's like I typically don't get mad when I, like, lose, you know? I mean, I'm more likely to get mad if it's, like, a single-player game. And I die and lose a bunch of progress. But if it's, like, competitive, like, multiplayer or whatever... I don't know. I'm not trying to say that I'm, like, zen or anything, but I feel like I kind of maybe am closer to it than most people, you know? Because, like, for example, if I was playing, like, a team game, you know, everyone gets mad when their team sucks and it makes them lose. I'm like, yeah, well, but you couldn't control... You can't... Like, why would you be mad that someone else sucked? You know, that's not... You can't control if they're good or not, so why would you let that person's playing ability affect your mood? You know, so... So, I don't know. I guess there's that point in a person's, like, growth or whatever, personal growth, where you just realize that, like, things that are out of your control, like, it's not really worth letting things that you can't control dictate your emotions, you know? I mean, if you crash your car or something, and then, yes, be upset at that, even if it wasn't your fault, but it's, like, something as inconsequential as a video game, you know? It just makes it seem like it's not worth it. I think part of it is like, deciding what's worthy of affecting your mood. And if I'm playing a competitive game and somebody on my team sucks, I'm just gonna be like, well, we lost because that guy sucked. And I just don't understand why. You know, if there was money on the line, then I'd be more upset, probably. If I was, like, a professional player and you're playing on a team and then one team member drops the ball and it makes me not win $100,000 or something, then yeah, I'll be pretty pissed at that, I would say. But if it's just a random match with a bunch of randos, I think that's something that a lot of gamers, like, struggle with. They just get so mad. They're like, oh, my team sucks, man. I'm like, dude, calm down, dude. Jesus Christ. But I mean, like I said, if it's your own fault, then, you know, I'm more forgiving of when someone gets upset at their own playing or whatever. But when it's, like, someone else, like, you can't control that, man. I don't know. It just seems like a dumb thing to waste your emotions on. Like, playing with crappy team members is just part of the game, you know. You know, it's like, you know, it's always, it just comes with the territory of playing multiplayer games, you know. Like, once you tell yourself that having terrible, like, teammates bothers you, once you tell your brain that, you're just dooming yourself to be pissed. Because you're always gonna come across, like, shitty team members, you know. And you're gonna let that affect your mood every time it happens? Like, really? Like, life's too short, man. You gotta decide, you gotta, like, pick your battles, man. You're gonna be like, this is not worth my emotional energy getting mad at someone else that had, you know, that maybe doesn't like this game as much as me or hasn't put in 20,000 hours into this game like I have, you know. So it's like, well, if they don't play the game as much, then yeah, they're not going to be as good as you. It doesn't mean they suck, necessarily. Maybe they just haven't played the game for 5 years. These flashlights up here? And just flashlights, just chilling. All right. Oh man, boy, we got a ways to go. How much time do we start with? It was like it says 9 minutes left. I've been playing this level for a couple of minutes, right? It had to have started at more than 9 minutes, right? Or more than 10 minutes, right? We got to get to 1.5 meters. That's got a ways to go. Luckily, we do have plenty of time left. I feel like we're getting to the point where maybe I'm not supposed to be here. Is there another area that opened up? I should start checking around. Maybe there's like a 20 centimeter area or something. Ooh, can I pick up these milk bottles? Oh, I can. It says pet bottle. Does PET stand for something, I wonder? Yeah, I remember growing up or whatever, my dad would get kidney stones and he would have to collect like urine samples or whatever. And he put them in these like jars, these like quart jars or whatever with a handle. And he would always say like, "Don't drink anything out of this pitcher. That's my pee or whatever. I had to save that and bring it into the doctor or whatever." So there were several instances where there was just a piss jug in the refrigerator in my house for, I don't know, at least a couple of days, I think, right? Okay, did it show me where I could go? Because I think they did, like, if the camera panned to an area, I think it shows the new area, like it starts where you're at and it pans over to where it is. That way you know where it is relative to where you are. But I totally didn't pay attention to it. Oh man, there was like nothing over here. There's nothing to collect over here. Let's back out and go another way. Pretty sure you can pick up those butterfly things. Oh, I thought that was a yellow cousin for a minute. Okay, I feel like I've kind of outgrown this area. I don't think I'm big enough to pick up that animal. Oh, here we go. 45, okay. Oh, I remember this. This big old downhill. Pretty sure, are there bowling pins at the bottom? There are. Yeah, I remember they put that there. I'm pretty sure if you collect them all, you get like a message from the dude. Yeah, there we go. Just a little silly thing they threw in for no reason. Alright, so we have a whole new world. A brave new world. To explore. Can I pick these up? Oh, man. Fruit basket. Is it any basket a fruit basket if you put fruit in it? Oh boy. I could literally just like talk about any item that I pick up. Like it'd be like cheesecake. Growing up, I always told myself that I didn't like cheesecake just because I was like scared of it. I don't know. I heard that it was like, I didn't have cheesecake for, like, the first time I had cheesecake was like less than like 5 years ago. I don't know. I just told myself I didn't like it as a kid, and then I just never questioned that belief into adulthood or whatever. The first time I had it, I was like, boy, this sure is rich. It's like cheapers. Like, I don't know. It's good, but I don't think I have enough, like, nostalgia for it where I'm, like, craving it all the time. As opposed to, like, Nutty Bars. Or wait, didn't they change the name? Now they're called Nutty Buddies, I think, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's funny how, like, the things that you eat as a kid, you get older and you still kind of crave them, you know? Just because it, like, reminds you of like childhood in a time when, you know, a time when you felt like more loved by your parents, you know. I mean, when you get older, your parents still love you, but they don't like, they're not as affectionate with you when they show their love, you know. Oh yeah, it's crazy to look back and like your mom, or you know, like my mom would give me a nutty bar, and I would just eat it, and I would just like, it would just eat like one. But now that I'm an adult, there have been multiple times where you just like the whole concept of like, why do they even put, like, why do they individually wrap them, you know? It's like, I'm just gonna eat the whole box. But like, it's so weird to like think back at like the whole concept of like when you used to get cookies packed in your lunch, you'd get like 2 or 3, and that was it. But it's like, but like, what the heck? But then as an adult, like after a while, you start to take for granted the fact that you can just eat as many as you want. And same with like the, like going back to like the nutty bar thing or whatever. You just buy them, you just eat it, and then the box is still sitting there, and your mom's not gonna be there to tell you, to be like, hey, you already had one, you can't eat another one. You just eat as many as you want. Like, who cares? And it's like $2 for a box. So you could literally just go to the store and just buy like 10 boxes and just chow down, just pig out on nutty bars or whatever junk food you want. Oh yeah, it's freaking, yeah, I don't know, it's weird to like think back of what it was like to be like a kid. I mean, like I'm 36 now, and I thought about this a couple of times, but I did think about it today, where when you're 18, that means that you've been able to buy, well, that's because I'm stuck. I don't think I've ever seen a thing saying it got smaller. Did I go below the limit? Dude, I'm like actually stuck. How do I get unstuck? Okay. Let's say you never get like actually like all the way stuck. Like there's always a way to escape somehow. So, but was I above 1.5 meters and I went below it, and that's why I got that message? I've never seen that message before. Oh, the bandages, I lost my train of thought. 8th step. Wait, can I collect these boards? Is there something over here? I either can't or they're not big enough. They look like they're colored, so they look like I should be able to grab them, but I guess not. Oh, I was going to say that now that I'm 36, I've been able to buy adult magazines and DVDs for longer than I've not been able to. And that, like, freaking blows my mind. Not only that, freaking, I've come to the conclusion that the worst thing about turning 36 is that you're now closer to 50 than you are to 20. So that's kind of a bummer. And then you look at people when they're, you look at people that are like 50, and then I look at myself when I was 22, and then I go, okay, the time between when I was 22 and 36, like, I remember that time. I was like, that span of time, like, in one of those units of span of time, and I will be 50. Like, holy nuts. And I'm sitting here going, like, am I still gonna be playing video games when I'm 80? Like, God, I hope so. They're gonna have like PlayStation 7s and like retirement homes and stuff. Ooh, fancy guardrail. When I worked at Menards in the building materials department, that was one of the things that I had to restock or whatever. But just these stupid looking, you know, they're like 14-inch or, you know, 16-inch sections of fencing. I'm guessing to put around a garden or something. To keep rabbits out or something. I don't know. They're just like decorative, I guess. I'm just like, yeah, why would anyone spend money on this? Yeah, I don't know. Or like yard gnomes. Like it's literally just a thing that people with too much money buy. What did I call them? Did I call them garden gnomes? Is that what they're called? Are they called lawn gnomes? Or are they garden gnomes? I don't know. Yeah, it's just a decoration, and you put it in your backyard, and you never look at it. Or you put it in your front yard, and then you look at it as you go to your car, and then you look at it as you back out of your driveway, and then you look at it as you pull into your driveway and go into your house, and then you go in your house, and then you don't look at it. So you're only looking at it for maybe 60 seconds out of the day. That's also kind of how I feel about putting Christmas lights outside. It's basically for the benefit of other people. Because if you want to put Christmas lights up, why not put them like inside your house? You put them outside, and everyone looks at them. You know, it's for everyone else's benefit. Everybody else looks at them as they go by, but then you only see them when you leave your house, and then when you come back to your house, and then you go in your house, and then you can't see them from the inside of your house. You know. But then some people are so extravagant with it. It's like that's a lot of time and money to be spending on something that you're only gonna look at for a small percentage of the day or whatever. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop me a like and write a comment. I appreciate it. Oh, I was about to say, how many levels did we do that time? Did we only do 2 levels that time? I guess they are getting longer, I think, right? Okay, so in the next one, we'll make Corona Borealis, and maybe we'll have time for Make a Star 6. I forget how many Make a Stars there are. Maybe like, I'm thinking like 10, but it's like there has to be more than 10, right? I don't know. We'll just keep going. We'll just play out the levels, and we'll get done eventually. Oh, wait, what's this one? Oh, okay. I thought it had a different symbol for the constellation ones. I guess not. But anyway, yeah, I'll shut up. That's gonna do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.